Hey everyone, thank you for being here. Dawn Burgins Tarot. I am here with your mid-July 2023 general collective reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So yeah, there is a little bit of a kickback on the shadow of my lighting situation, so just bear with me. My ring light went out, so I'm working on getting another one, but hopefully you guys can see everything okay. So yeah, we can go ahead and get started. And thank you again for being here one more time. So we're starting with the Five of Wands, followed by the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Cups. And yeah, so the Five of Wands is in the placement of the general energy. This is just kind of what's going on with Capricorn at this time, what they're dealing with, what they're thinking. Is clarified by the Three of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So to me, this is definitely in some way, shape, or form some sort of betrayal, or some sort of an immense distrust for someone involved in this situation. For some people, this could be infidelity, like a partner doing something very underhanded and conniving. And just kind of going through this back and forth. With this Five of Wands, it does speak about conflict and, being in disagreement, some sort of discord. So I feel like for some people, this is kind of a pattern within this dynamic. It could be some sort of intrusion or infidelity. I don't often read the Three of Cups as infidelity. Like some may, it's very rare, but in this case, this could be one variable. This could also be an energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partnership. For some, it will be. But for others, this is the energy. Like if you're an empath and you kind of pick up on the energies of people, an energy where you feel like, okay, they're smiling in my face, but it's like when I come in the room, things get quiet, or you feel like something is off. Like you can't fully trust the people in your circle or something to that effect. Or you could have been done really dirty by someone in your family, and that's creating some sort of conflict. But nonetheless, there's something going on that is weighing and causing some sort of disruption with Capricorn or whoever, this may be for in Capricorn's life. The Ace of Cups is in the placement of advice or how Capricorn should be spending their time, their energy, their efforts. So, and it's clarified by the Seven of Wands and the Devil card. The Devil card being a card of Capricorn. Seven of Wands, it talks about kind of being ready to stand up for oneself. So this feels like you're standing up against, well, first of all, the Ace of Cups in this situation, I feel like it's talking about kind of expressing oneself. And we also have this, well, I haven't gotten to these cards yet, but it also kind of rings true, when we get a little bit further into the reading. But it's about expressing oneself maturely. I feel like there could be someone who is in a pattern of just back and forth, a revolving door, like their bark may be bigger than their bite. Like they get angry about something, but they end up letting it go and getting back with this person or whatever the case may be. Or if these are people in their circle that are doing them dirty, it's like, okay, like they forgive and forget pretty easily just to wind up back in the same situation or in that space of having some sort of doubt about the people that they're around. So this is about standing up for oneself, not being gaslit in a situation, not letting something, because I feel like if this is a situation where like this person, whoever you're dealing with, is kind of used to you, just kind of speaking off the cuff, getting angry for like a day or two, and then you come back around and they're just like, okay, I know that this person is angry, but they'll be okay. They're just blowing off some steam. Like they feel very secure in your accessibility. Like they know that you're not going to stay mad for long. They know that you're going to come back, or that type of energy. But this is about being resistant to that temptation. Because this is Capricorn, this could be, you just kind of standing up to yourself, like you, or whatever it is that is within that is kind of sabotaging your own progress. You fighting to you giving a good fight and standing up to those types of pressures or those types of like patterns that you may be, accustomed to kind of on a personal level. We kind of expand on that a little bit more as we progress with these cards. But yeah, nonetheless, there is, or this could be again, because what we have coming in is this Knight of Cups energy. That's the outcome of what's coming in. So this is about expressing oneself. This may be to a new person. This may be kind of ridding yourself of whatever attachments, past attachments that you've had in order to really flourish in this new situation that is presenting itself. Because when we move forward, we see like how this came out initially. It was like this when I first pulled them, and you have these images. They look very similar, but they're very different energetically. They're both water signs, but the Knight of Cups, it is offering, it's like a love offering or an offering of love or doing something that you love. This Death energy, it is putting an end to something. It's about letting go of something and moving on. And I feel like for some people, this is going to be a situation where, once you have kind of made up in your mind, okay, I'm not going to continue to continue to engage the nonsense. I'm not going to keep, saying I'm going to do something and then, kind of reneging on that and going back and forth. I'm just going to disengage. I'm going to disassociate and move on with my life. And of course, that's when this person pulls up and, steps up and they want to make amends, or they want to, again, gaslight or try to make themselves a presence. Like pretty much it's a situation where it's like, okay, whenever you stop making yourself an option or stop making yourself accessible, that's when people want to, really turn it up. And it's really not about you, it's about an ego thing. Like, and that's what I'm getting, like someone's ego being affected. This Knight of Cups, again, this is a new love offer, and it won't necessarily, and whatever this is, it's not going to be packaged as such. It's not like, on the surface, you may not necessarily know this is your person or this is your ideal situation. It's something that's going to be kind of deliberate and slow moving. Like if this is something that you want to do, it may not be framed that way, but it's going to be something that's lending. It's like going to be one thing leading to another. Or if this is a person, it may just start off with something very like a basic conversation or just some sort of, chance meeting, but it ends up evolving, so, but it's, in this situation, it is important to be discerning because, again, this is how it came out. So make sure that, you are accepting the right offer, that you're practicing discernment and not going back down that rabbit hole of toxicity. And we also had the Three of Wands, that clarifying the Knight of Cups. So the Three of Wands, it's really about going towards your ultimate fulfillment. Like the Three of Wands, it's subsequent to the Two of Wands, which is about, making a plan of action and kind of figuring out the steps you need to take to get out of a situation or to attain a different situation. And so the Three of Wands, it is about executing. It's about taking those steps. And so there is something coming in, and it's like, again, the way this is kind of positioned, it's like this death energy is something that just won't die. It's something that won't allow you or doesn't want to allow you to move on. Like they're threatened by the prospect of you moving on. And again, this could be, to reiterate, this could be a romantic relationship. It could be something like you could be in a situation like with family where a lot of the brunt is falling on you and you're getting, a lot of kickback somehow, but you've decided to kind of separate yourself from that, and people are like kind of trying to instill that anxiety in you where you're not going to make it out there, things are hard out there, putting these thoughts in your head to try to manipulate you. If this is a job situation, the same thing. People could be, just trying to get into your head, and making you doubt yourself in order to keep you kind of tied to their nonsense or shenanigans. So it'd be different for different people, but definitely be very sure-footed. And again, going back to the Seven of Wands and this Devil energy, don't let anyone infiltrate or talk you, don't let anyone manipulate your mind and what it is that you are supposed to be doing. That's is what I'm trying to say. I couldn't really articulate that the way I was trying to, but whatever, you get what I'm saying. So when I pull cards in pertaining to kind of the overall vibe of this particular spread, I got the Fool card, I got the Nine of Swords, and I got the Nine of Cups. So this definitely speaks to me about starting over. In some cases, this could be, about the past, about being naive in a situation and getting diving head first into a situation that you weren't sure of, and now it may be coming back to bite you on the behind, so to speak. But and then that has kind of led to this place of, this Nine of Swords energy, anxiety and worrying and uncertainty. But then we have this Nine of Cups that kind of it is saying that, throughout all of these trials or throughout all of the issues that you may have faced, there is light at the end of this tunnel. For other people, this is about starting over. And this is about, the Fool card, it does speak about, like a new journey. I feel like this is something for a lot of people. You've already been there and done that, so it will be a lot easier to start over from square one this time around, because you're knowledgeable of what's ahead, what to avoid, the pitfalls. And again, the Seven of Wands energy, you are very strong and capable of tackling this journey. But this what really speaks to me is this Nine of Swords and Nine of Cups together. It's almost like some sort of redressing or rectifying or resolving. It's like you have these 9 swords, which speaks about being fearful, and a lot of times it's really our minds running away with us. It's not the actuality of the situation, so it's like we're psyching our own selves out. But then this Nine of Cups is like there's some sort of change of direction, like karmically, that has brought you out of this anxious period and put you in a more abundant light and attaining something that is more desirable for you. So I'm just saying that to say, like, if you're feeling a lot of anxiety or worry over a situation, that there is something coming in that is going to change all of that around, and it's going to channel all of that worrying and that stress into something really great. So we have, now these cards, it was kind of like the character or the energy behind this spread or this reading. And so we started with the King of Swords and Knight of Swords. So this for me, so we have the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords. We have the Hierophant in the center. And then we have the Page of Wands and Queens of Wands. So I'm going to speak on it kind of sequentially, because this King of Wands, the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, this is the same element. And it's like, okay, this King of Swords, it speaks about being given your power, not really understanding the power that you have in a situation. The King of Swords, generally speaking, it does speak about making mature and intellectual decisions, and not acting out of emotions or so on and so forth. Now, in this image, technically this is supposed to be the Lady of the Sea granting this king his sword, saying, okay, you have everything it takes, whether you're aware of it or not. But I feel like in this particular scenario, something has been taken from someone. Like, I feel like someone has been knocked down a notch, or someone feels like their power has been taken from them. Someone feels like in some cases, in very few cases, it could be like an actual position, like in a job, like someone has been demoted. But for some people, this is emotional. But we see this Knight of Swords energy. It feels like this person trying to get that power back, you know, fighting a good fight, kind of bouncing back. You see these dark clouds. It's like this person is not waiting for the clouds to dissipate. They are cutting through the darkness, you know, and kind of creating like they're cutting through the darkness in order to get that energy from the sun and just to kind of rebuild themselves. And so that's what I'm feeling for someone. Someone is rebuilding themselves. And this Hierophant energy, there could be some people that are, you know, this could be someone just trying to get or focus on themselves, someone trying to, I get just, and this is just a figure of speech, but you know how they say your come to Jesus moment, you know, it's not literal, but it just pretty much means like there's some self-realization going on, possibly after a dark night of the soul. It feels like someone in this situation could have lost sight of themselves, or be like they could be like a shell of themselves, or maybe they've lost touch with themselves and who they truly are or what they truly want. So this, again, just, you know, so to speak, this is a come to Jesus moment. Like when you say, okay, I need to work on myself. I am the only person, like I have control over my situation. I have control over my actions. I don't have control over what other people do. And for other people, it's about getting themselves together. Like there may have been someone who was in a toxic relationship where they feel like, okay, I've been so inundated in this, I've really let myself go. Or maybe, you know, something that your partner was doing, you know, you became privy to that and you started developing that same habit. Or maybe you were in like, it caused this sort of depression, and it kind of put you in this state of, you know, you just weren't taking the best care of yourself. And so this could be, you know, a doctor's appointment that, you know, you've been kind of lax about, or a dentist appointment. It could be something, you know, psychologically related, or spiritually, you know, it'd be different for everyone. But nonetheless, it's about wanting to get yourself together from the inside out and really working on yourself. And this Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And I find it interesting. It's like most times when I pull these cards, there's always like two of one element on one side and then two of another element on the other. And then there's like a random card in the middle. So I feel like where this King of Swords and Knight of Swords, you know, it's about, for me, intuitively, like someone who is feeling depleted a little bit, who may have lost themselves a little bit, and they're trying to build themselves back up. This Page of Wands and Queen of Wands, it kind of solidifies that that is exactly what is going to happen. I feel like this Page of Wands is speaking on, you know, someone who has a lot of skill, abilities. Like if this is love, this is someone who has, you know, a very attractive quality about them. They may not feel it inside. They may feel like, you know, they may feel a little bit less than or insecure or just not feeling their best self right now. If this is a circumstance or a venture of some kind, it's about someone who has all of the potential and the skills, but they just have been maybe squandering their energy a little bit, like maybe out of fear, maybe out of just, you know, just a lack of motivation or whatever the case may be. But again, something is coming in that is transmuting, is that the word I'm looking for? It is revisioning, it is resolving that. That's not the word I'm looking for. But anyways, there is some growth here. There is something coming in, because this Queen of Wands, it talks about like a fiery, passionate energy, indiscriminate to what anyone thinks or says. This is what I want, and I'm gonna go and get it. This Queen of Wands, and it doesn't always require, like, the Queen of Wands can be a vocal person, but it's not necessarily the case. Like the Queen of Wands can, you know, her energy kind of speaks for itself, you know, like in this picture, she's not saying anything, but just look at, you know, what's going on around her. Like she's marching to her own drum. She's in complete control of this wild animal. Like he is completely under her control. And it's like, okay, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. Like there may be someone who needs to hear that, you know. It's not about being the loudest person in the room. It's not about being, you know, completely outspoken or being argumentative or, you know, being that type of energy. Like it's about showing and proving. You don't have to say you're a strong person. That's something that will emit. And that's what I'm getting for someone. Like this is about acquiring, like from the inside out, growth and maturity in a situation. This could be a situation that is, again, kind of weighed on you in such a way that has made you maybe a little bit, I'm not going to say, I mean, this may not be for everyone, but it could have made you a little bit hostile or caused a little bit of tension. And that could be some of the healing that needs to take place. Like maybe that toxic energy is just kind of stuck to you. So this is, again, about kind of disassociating from all of that and not getting down on this level of pettiness with people. It's about showing, you know, because even like sometimes if you can call and cuss a person out, but that's still engaging. I mean, it's still like showing that person, okay, I care enough to go here with you, you know. But again, when this person sees, okay, well, this person is totally disengaged themselves, you know, they're not responding to my texts whenever I talk to them, or, you know, like in situations where you have to deal with this person, it's like whenever I come across them, they're just kind of like bland and dry and monotonic. They don't really have much to say, but that's the healing that is going on, and that is in great conflict with what they're accustomed to and what they want. Like they want you to engage, they want you to be angry, they want you to fight back, and it's like this place you've gotten to where that's just not, you know, you're not gonna go there with them anymore, you know. So this is speaking to me about getting your power back, and doing so very subtly and not doing it, you know, just to show someone. It's all about like this, again, self-awareness, self-realization, and just wanting to be a better person and wanting something better for your life in general. So yeah, I'll pull a few angel cards and see what we have involving this matter. Sign of Capricorn. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Sign of Capricorn. I'll pick one more. The way these cards came out, I'm going to keep these. And they're very fitting. Get one more. So, first we have spiritual growth. So we were just kind of speaking about that. Being a better person, maturing in such a way, like in a, you know, being logical about these situations, not reacting off of emotion. Yeah, cutting the cords. So that's something that we also spoke about. Any type of engagement is still engagement. It doesn't matter, you know, like what you're saying. It doesn't matter, you know, how you're coming across or how, you know, I'm really going to show them this time, you know, like that type of, it doesn't, like none of that matters. The only true way to really get your point across is to just come out a better person and to completely cut the cords. That's all the proof they'll need. Not that it's even about them, but I'm just saying, you know. And what was the other one? Wait. Where did it go? Oh yeah, I don't know. Okay. And we have holy love. Holy love. Let me actually read on that one. Let me get my little bookie. See what it says pertaining to that. Okay, it says, you are blessed to receive this card today, for it shows you are being surrounded by loving energy, and the cup of your heart will be filled until it overflows with goodness. The angels who are with you know now that at times you can feel unloved and unappreciated, and this can block your experience of love and appreciation. So that's what we were kind of speaking about how sometimes when you're feeling unloved and appreciated, or when you're feeling like this negative energy, sometimes you carry that with you. Even when you're not trying to, is something that other people may be able to sense, or just, you know. So yeah, it says, at times you can feel unloved and unappreciated, and this can block your experience of love and appreciation. So, the divine energy that is surrounding you at this time is there to help you melt away any blockages so that you can be open and receptive to the love and appreciation that you deserve. Your angel guide is encouraging you to view yourself in a loving way and to give yourself permission to be loved. If you have been holding back for a while but are now ready to share the love you have within, this card brings the message that it is safe for you to do so. So that is literally specifically what we were talking about with this Ace of Cups. Kind of being resistant to this energy here, like the Seven of Wands and this Devil card, being resistant to all of the toxic and the toxicity and discord that you've been accustomed to, and really being able to express yourself and allow this new love that is coming in to flourish without bringing in old baggage or that energy that sometimes can carry on within us, you know, after going through something like this. So I feel like that hit it on the head. Yeah, cutting the cord, spiritual growth, holy love. It is what it is. So take that as it fits. Hopefully that wasn't too convoluted. You know, whenever I'm doing these collective readings, it can become a little jumbled. So, but nonetheless, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. This is Dawn Burgeons. Have a great rest of your July. Bye.